There's something to do. George, how old are you?
I'm 16. I'm almost 17.
What do you want to do after school, though?
Well, you know, Pa, I want to be a farmer on Uncle Luke's farm.
You'll be willing, will you? Get up early, milk and feed the stock. You'll be willing to. Oh, and hey,
Well, sure I will. What do you mean, Pa?
Well, George, while I was in my office today, I heard a funny sound. What do you think that was? It was your mother, chopping wood. There you see your mother, getting up early, cooking meals all day long, cleaning, ironing. Still, she has to go in the backyard and chop wood. Now, I suppose she just got tired of asking you, thought it'd be easy to go out and do it herself. And you eat her meals. Put on the clothes she keeps nice for you. And you go out and play baseball. She's some hot girl to keep around the house, but we don't like that very much. Well, I knew all I had to do was call your attention to it. Here's a handkerchief, son. George, I've decided to raise your spending money 25 cents a week. Not, of course, for chopping wood for your mother, because that's the pressure you give to her. But because you're getting older, and I imagine there's much more things you must find to do.
Well, thanks, Pa.
Let's see. Tomorrow's your pay. Good calendar. Probably Rebecca feels you ought to have some more too. I wonder what could have happened to your mother. Choir practice is never as late as it is before.
It's only 8:30, Pa.
I don't know why she's in that old choir. She hasn't had any more voice than an old pro. Tracy and she's all late at night. It's about time to retire, don't you think?
Yes, Pa.
Good night, Martha. Oh, good night, Mr. Foster. I'll tell Mr. Webb I know the one put in the paper. Good night, Irma. I'm late. Murder Webb, will you look at that moon? Potato wet for sure. You know, naturally, I didn't want to say a word about it in front of those others, but now we're alone. Really? It's the worst scandal that ever was in this town. What? Simon Simpson! Now the what? But Julie, to have the ordinance of the church drink and drunk year after year, you know he was drunk tonight.
Now the what? We all know about Simon Simpson and we all know about the troubles he's been through. And Dr. Ferguson knows it too. And if he decides to keep him on up in there in his job, the only thing the rest of us can do is just not notice.
Not to notice it, but it's getting worse. No, it isn't. Well, it's getting better. I've been in this choir twice as long as you have, and it doesn't happen anywhere near so often. My, I hate to go to bed on a night like this. I better hurry. The children will be up till all hours. Good night, Luella.
You get home safe, Luella?
Oh, it's as bright as day. I can see Mrs. Saul scowling at that window now. I think we've been to the dance with the men will carry on.
Late enough.
Frank, it ain't any later than usual.
You stopping at the corner to gossip with a lot of hands.
Now, Frank, don't be grouchy. Come out, smell the moonlight and keep your trouble. Isn't that wonderful? What'd you do all the time I was away?
Oh, I read as usual. What were the girls gossiping about tonight?
Believe me, Frank, there is something to gossip about.
Simon steps in far gone, was he?
Worst I've ever seen him. How about that in, Frank? Dr. Ferguson can't forgive him forever.
I guess I know more about Simon Stimpson's affairs than anyone else in this town. Some people ain't made for small town life. I don't know how that ends, but the least we can do is leave it alone. Come on, get in.
No, not yet, Frank. I'm worried about you.
Worried about?
I think it's my duty to make plans for you to get away and get a real rest and a change. And if I get that legacy, well, I'm just going to insist on
There
it.
ain't no sense in going over that again.
Frank, you're just unreasonable.
Come on, Judy, it's getting late. Let's see, your code. Now, I gave George a piece of my mind tonight. I reckon we'll have to do a stop for a while anyway.
There's so much you can cut. You know, Mrs. Fairchild locks her door every night. All those people up that part of town leave.
They all in City 5, and that's the problem with them. They ain't got nothing to Pittsburgh when everybody knows it.
Get out, Rebecca. There's only room for one at this window. There's always one window.
Well, let me look just a minute.
Use your own window.
I did, but there's no moon there. George, you want to know what I think, do you? I think that maybe the moon's getting nearer and nearer, and there'll be a big
Rebecca,
explosion.
you don't know anything. If the moon were getting near, the guys that sit up all night with telescopes will see it first. And then tell about it. And it'd be in all the newspapers.
George, is the moon shining on South America, Canada, and the whole world?
It probably is.
9:30. Most of the lights are out. No, there's Constable Warren trying a few doors on Main Street. And there's Edward Webb after putting his paper to bed.
Good evening, Bill.
Evening, Mr. Webb.
By the moon.
Yep.
All quiet tonight?
Simon Stimson's rolling around here a little. Just saw his wife moving out to pump for him, so I looked the other way. There he is now.
Good evening, Simon. Town seems to have settled down for the night pretty well. Good evening, yes. Most of the town's out for the night, Simon. I guess we better do the same. Can I walk along the ways with you? Good night.
I don't know how that's going to end, Mr. Webb.
He's seen a peck of trouble, one thing after another. Oh, Bill, if you see my boy smoking cigarettes, just give him a word, will you? Thinks a lot of you, Bill.
I don't think he smokes no cigarettes. These ways not more than 2 or 3 a year.
I hope not. Well, good night, Bill.
Good night, Mr. Webb.
Who's that up there? Is that you, Myrtle?
No, it's just me, Papa.
Why are you in bed?
I don't know. I just can't sleep yet. The moonlight's so wonderful, and Mrs. Gibbs' studio. Smell it?
Yes. Having any troubles on your mind, have you, Emily?
Trouble, Papa? No.
Well, enjoy yourself, but don't let your mother catch you. Good night, Emily.
Good night, Papa. I never told you about that letter Jane Crockett got for her sister when she was sick. He wrote Jane a letter, and on the envelope, the address is like this. It said Jane Crockett, the Crockett Farms, Grover's Corners, Sutton County, New Hampshire, United States of America.
What's so funny about that?
But listen, I'm not finished. United States of America, continent of North America, Western Hemisphere, the Earth, the solar system, the universe, the mind of God.
What do you know?
That's what it said on the envelope.
What do you know?
And the postman brought it just the same.
What do you know?
That's all for the first act, folks. 10-minute intermission.